Hi everyone, how are you? Welcome to the Etiquette and Protocol channel. I'm Juliana Santiago, and in this video, I'm going to share 7 practices to help you become a more elegant and sophisticated person. These are also practices that elegant and sophisticated people apply daily, and that's what makes them this way. Because sophistication and elegance go far beyond wearing designer clothes, brand name pieces, or driving an imported car. That won't make someone elegant and sophisticated. You know, when you meet someone and you get that impression like, wow, Fulana is so sophisticated, so elegant. It's not because of the clothes she wears or the brand of her purse, but rather because of a set of aspects that we kind of, in an involuntary way, almost without noticing, pick up on. We evaluate and consider that person elegant, that person sophisticated. And certainly a person who is more elegant, a person who is more sophisticated, is a more self-confident person, someone who conveys confidence. And that's very good, because when you are a confident person, you are perceived in a different way that benefits you at work, in your personal life, in your life as a whole. It's even good for your skin. So in today's video, I'm going to share 7 practices with you, and I want you to comment below which of these practices you think makes the biggest difference in transforming, right? For someone to be elegant. Which of these practices do you also think could be improved a little bit? Anyway, I want you to comment here which one you like the most, so let's go. The first practice, I think, is one of the essential ones. It's one of the fundamental things that elegant people really practice every day, which is treating everyone well in the same way. Elegant people, regardless of the person's hierarchical or social level or what position they're in, treat everyone the same way with respect and consideration. So it's that person who, when arriving and passing by the entrance, greets the doorman, but not only greets him, is also pleasant with the doorman. It's that person who arrives at the workplace and greets, even if it's just by waving to their coworkers. It's a person who likes and promotes consideration there, with everyone in a very genuine way, in a very true way, and with everyone. So, regardless of whether the person is the chief executive officer of the company, they meet someone who is there. Sometimes the worker treats the person with care and consideration, just as they would also like to be treated. So, regardless of your situation, your social status anyway, this should be practiced. And elegant people, they do this, they treat everyone the same way. The second aspect, the second thing that elegant people don't do is make inappropriate comments. You know, that person who every time they meet someone goes to a friend's house and says, wow, your house is wonderful, it must have cost a lot. Elegant people, they can enter and leave any place and they won't make inappropriate comments about people, places, or environments. There are also people who will usually avoid gossip. And this is something you notice. A person is sophisticated when they can enter and leave any place without making inappropriate remarks. The third aspect of elegant, sophisticated people is that they always dress appropriately. And what does it mean to dress appropriately? It's much more than just following a style standard. So you can have the style you like. Whether you prefer a more formal style, a more casual style, or a sportier style, that doesn't matter. Dressing appropriately means being suitable for that event. You know, for example, you wouldn't show up to a wedding wearing swimwear. In the same way, you wouldn't go to the club wearing clothes you would often wear to work unless you work as a personal trainer and wear gym clothes for your job. Anyway, dressing appropriately is much more about how you fit in with that event, with the proposed theme of the event. So every time, for example, you go somewhere, evaluate what the environment is like, the time of that situation, that type of event. Notice what the dress code is for that place. We can talk a bit more about dress code and dressing appropriately. But in any case, it's already clear that elegant, sophisticated people are always prepared and appropriately dressed to attend the event in question. It's that person who will never show up at a birthday party, 8 o'clock at night, at a birthday dinner, all sweaty and wearing gym clothes. Because that way, not that it's wrong, but imagine you, the birthday person, receiving a friend who shows up in sweaty gym clothes. That shows the person that their birthday wasn't your priority at that moment. That your priority at that moment was going to the gym and you just stopped by, And it's important that we show people that they are our priorities at that moment. If you're looking for a ride and also care about being at a party and meeting those people, wouldn't it be better for you to prepare yourself to go to that environment, to get ready to go to your friend's birthday party? So showing people what your priority is through your clothing, the clothes you wear, makes a big difference. And elegant people, sophisticated people, they're always prepared. They value that moment. They value the moment and they end up showing it through their clothing. Another thing that elegant people do, and they do it with a lot of finesse, is that they know how to leave a discussion or a conversation that's not going in a very good direction in a very light, simple, and practical way. So she notices when a conversation is heading toward an argument, when it's turning into a more heated discussion, and she ends up ending the topic because she realizes that if it continues, that conversation could escalate and the relationship between the two people, that friendship, that affection, could end up being destroyed if the conversation goes any further. So elegant people, sophisticated people, they know how to get out of an argument, how to avoid a discussion. So that's a major aspect. Another aspect that elegant people, sophisticated people avoid is excessive body language, especially inappropriate body language. So it's that person you're talking to and they're not like this.
She's not
like this, she's not like this. Because these inappropriate body language gestures, they don't show attention and consideration for other people. And elegant people, they are people who can show us attention, consideration, presence, that confidence I mentioned at the beginning. And for you to be able to show that, your posture, the way you're sitting, the way you move your hands, it all makes a difference for you to be able to convey that through your body language. And if you're enjoying this video, if you're liking the tips I've shown you so far, right? If you've already realized that sophistication and elegance go way beyond bags and clothes, cars, designer pieces, go ahead and like the channel here because it really helps a lot. Take the opportunity to turn on notifications, activate notifications, because every time I release new content, you'll get a little message from YouTube, a little message from me to you. Don't forget to also follow Etiquette and Protocol on our social media and learn a little more about our school, which is listed below, okay? The information is in the video description. Well, to wrap things up, I have 2 more practices I wanted to tell you about that elegant and sophisticated people don't do. Another aspect that could even be included in body language, but for me is a completely separate topic, and I really believe in this point, is the issue of eye contact. You'll hear me talk a lot about eye contact here, but that's because nowadays I notice that people don't really have this habit. Sometimes people can't do it. They have trouble looking someone in the eye and keeping their focus on the person's face. Sometimes we're talking to someone and the person is already like this. And that's not appropriate. Elegant people, sophisticated people, they project confidence, just like I said at the beginning of this video. And for you to project confidence, for you to try to convey that and be perceived that way by others, looking someone in the face makes all the difference. Because that even shows a certain posture, right? Eye contact is one of the main foundations of posture and also of respect for other people. Imagine having a conversation while constantly looking at the floor or ceiling. It won't project a good posture, you won't be perceived the way you'd like, and elegance and sophistication are definitely not something you'll convey. So pay attention to where you're looking, especially when you're talking to someone. So every time you talk to someone, be present. Our gaze has the ability to show this presence, so it's essential that you practice this. And lastly, something that elegant, sophisticated people do really, really well is sitting with elegance, right? Even princesses, they are already trained, they go through a refinement process, and they have these skills to sit for longer periods in a more elegant way. In fact, I'm going to teach you this in this video because I think it's a practice that really helps when we need to sit and stay seated for a long time. And sometimes it's hard to maintain good posture because sometimes we end up relaxing too much. So these are practices and methods that will definitely help you. Ideally, you should never lean your back too much against the backrest of the chair because otherwise you'll end up like this, look, and that won't give you an elegant posture at all. So ideally, you should sit without leaning against the backrest. But for many people, this can be tiring, especially for women, since we're used to crossing our legs. The information I can give you is that if you observe, I'll even show you several pictures here of the princesses and the queen. The way they usually sit is with both feet touching the floor. So what do? You should always place both your legs like this. This way is actually used by men as well, so you can sit like this or you can cross your legs. Women usually cross them gently in the front. This will help you
to maintain
and to keep a more elegant posture for a longer period of time. When it's a very low sofa, you can also sit like this, look, a little to the side, right? Staying like this in the front, and then you can rest your arms like this in a relaxed way. That way you can stay in the same position for a long time. This really helps your ergonomics and keeps you in a good posture, more elegant and sophisticated. Remember that at the beginning of the video, I asked you which of these practices you think really makes someone more elegant and sophisticated. So now it's your turn to comment here which of these practices you think really make a person more elegant, more sophisticated, more confident. I also want to know which of these practices you think you can implement in your daily routine to help you improve yourself. Well, I'll stop here. Thank you very much.